What if I told you that every lottery ticket you've ever purchased, somewhere in the multiverse, is already a winning ticket? That there's a version of you who has already claimed every prize you've ever dreamed of, and is now living the life of complete financial abundance you've always imagined? And what if the only reason you haven't experienced it in this 3D world is because you haven't yet learned how to access that version of yourself? Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal might shatter everything you thought you knew about luck, chance, and the nature of reality itself. And it might show you how to align with that winning version of you today, so that the next ticket you buy could be the one. There is a hidden knowledge, a forgotten wisdom that only a few have ever uncovered. Not because it's secret, but because most people are too busy believing the illusion that external forces control their destiny. They believe money is hard to earn, that only the privileged become rich, that wealth is reserved for a chosen few. But you're different. You wouldn't be hearing this now if you weren't already ready for a radical transformation. Today, I'll show you something I've spent years refining: the ability to turn the invisible into something visible. Over the next few minutes, I'll share a mental blueprint so powerful it has produced more millionaires than any business strategy, investment plan, or stroke of luck. Pay close attention, because what I'm about to show you goes against everything you've been taught about money, manifestation, and the structure of reality. The lottery, the so-called game of chance, is nothing more than a mirror. Yes, a perfect reflection of what you believe is possible for you. Most people play it wrong. They buy the ticket, cross their fingers, and wait. But here's the truth. You've already won. You just need to align with the version of you who knows that. From this moment forward, I'll show you how to live in that state. Not occasionally, not when it's convenient, but as your new identity. Every fortune, every massive prize, every financial miracle, all of them started in the same place, in the mind of someone bold enough to imagine it was already theirs. But let me be clear. To truly apply this, you must let go of everything you think you know about effort and deservingness. They told us that wealth comes from sacrifice, hard work, blood, sweat, and tears, that only the lucky ones get rich. But what if it's the exact opposite? What if wealth isn't something you achieve, but something you accept? Because here's the ultimate truth. Consciousness is the only reality. Everything else, your bank balance, your bills, your lottery numbers, are just projections of the inner state you maintain. Once you truly grasp this, you'll never look at money the same way again. I've witnessed ordinary people rise from rock bottom into overflowing abundance, not because of luck, but because of a shift inside. Like Mary, a burnt-out teacher, single mother, who came to me in tears saying, "I've tried everything. Vision boards, affirmations, mindset work. Nothing works." In one afternoon, she learned what you're learning now. 3 weeks later, she messaged me in shock. "I won over $2 million. But the crazy part is, I already felt like a millionaire before it even happened." And what she applied is exactly what you can apply today. But be warned, if you do this correctly, your old identity will no longer exist. Why? Because all lotteries, all draws, all winning numbers already exist. The real question isn't if you'll win. The question is, who will you be when the numbers are called? Most try to manipulate the outer world, but the only thing that truly works is shifting your inner reality. So tonight, you'll do something different. You'll stop waiting. You'll stop hoping. And you'll start assuming that you've already won. Not maybe someday, as a fact, as your lived reality. You'll feel it so vividly that your body believes it's already happening. And here's the most surprising part. The exact amount you assume to be yours is the exact amount that will come. Let me explain. Your subconscious doesn't understand a lot of money or just enough. It responds to vivid, specific, emotionally charged images. Let me tell you about Marcus. He kept saying, "I just want enough to pay the bills." Months passed. Nothing changed. So I told him, "Pick a number. Visualize 10 million. Feel the weight of the check. See the zeros. Hold the ticket in your hands." 3 months later, he called me in disbelief. "I just won $10,347,000. Almost exactly what he had imagined. But what amazed me most wasn't the number. It was his calm. He said, "That money has been real to me for months." That is the power of assumption. When applied correctly, you don't attract wealth, you access it. There is a right way to construct this inner reality. And most people do it wrong. They focus on winning, on visualizing the moment of the draw. But what really works is imagining after it has already happened. Don't picture yourself buying the ticket. Picture yourself donating part of the prize, transferring millions, gifting someone you love. The scene you choose may vary, but it must have 3 essential elements. It must be short and simple, no longer than 1 minute. It must imply that some time has already passed since you won. It must be experienced in first person, with rich, sensory detail. Now here's where most people fail. Even when they do everything right, they go back to waiting. And waiting kills the vibration of being. You must live from wealth, not toward wealth. That changes everything. Let me tell you about Helen. She applied the technique, but didn't drastically change her routine. She still went to work, still paid her bills. But inwardly, she felt like a millionaire. She won $10,000, then $25,000, then $100,000, until finally, she claimed the grand prize, $15 million. Why? Because she stayed consistent. She persisted in her new state, even when results were slow. And that created the bridge of incidents, the chain of events that leads your assumption into physical form. Sometimes it's a sudden urge to buy a ticket at a certain place, a dream, a number that keeps repeating. You must follow those signals without questioning. Don't analyze, just act. The subconscious knows the path, but listen closely. 90% of people quit too soon. They doubt, they second guess, and that cancels everything. So when signs appear, celebrate them, trust them, and keep going. How long will it take? That's the wrong question. In the dimension of consciousness, where it all begins, you've already won. The only real variable is, how long can you remain aligned with that truth? Some people manifest within days, others take months. The difference was never outside. It was the strength of their inner conviction. Now let me share Natan's story. He had lost everything, facing eviction, completely defeated. But every day he affirmed, "I am a millionaire on the inside, no matter what things look like." The night before losing his home, he bought a lottery ticket. Not in desperation, but in conviction. And he won $23 million. But here's what struck me the most. He said, "It doesn't feel like I won. It feels like reality finally caught up with who I've been all along." Now it's your turn. Tonight, before you sleep, construct your scene. Replay it several times as you drift off. In the morning, revisit it again. And throughout the day, carry the feeling. Watch the signs appear. You'll feel peace. Money will stop triggering you. You'll begin to be. And when that happens, the manifestation becomes inevitable. This isn't just about money. It's about everything. Relationships, health, purpose. Because your consciousness creates your experience. And your imagination is the most powerful tool you possess. Use it intentionally. Use it responsibly. Use it clearly. And you'll never be the same again. Reality bends before those who know who they truly are. So tonight, as you lie in bed, remember, you're not just going to sleep. You're choosing the next chapter of your life. So choose as someone who already is. Because in the end, it's not luck that makes a winner, it's consciousness. Do you accept this call? If this message resonated with you, declare your new reality right now. Comment below, "I already am a lottery winner." And subscribe to the channel to keep receiving content that awakens your true power. Your new life begins with a single decision. Make it today.